Connor McDavid, the best hockey player of our generation, and he's on the brink of something that he's chased his entire career, just 4 wins away from the Stanley Cup. Years of heartbreak, blown leads, and playoff disappointments have shaped this moment. The expectations are impossible to ignore, but now everything feels different. Everything feels real. This isn't the Oilers team that faltered in the past. They endured the entire season and refused to break. They fought back against the odds, knocking out some of the best teams in this league. They're playing with grit, discipline, and a depth that's showing up at every turn. Their goaltending has steadied the ship when it mattered most, and at the center of it all is Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, who are driving this team with skill and determination like we've never seen before. The scars from last season's loss still linger around, fueling a quiet fire inside this team. Every player knows what's at stake, every practice, every shift. This isn't just about winning a trophy, it's about rewriting their story, shaking off the doubt, and proving they belong at the top. Almost a decade of highs and lows, of hope and heartbreak has led to this point. The Edmonton Oilers are here. They're no longer just dreaming, they have a real shot. No more excuses, no more distractions, and this time, they're out for vengeance. This year's Stanley Cup Final is pretty special and rare. It's only the 12th time in NHL history that the same 2 teams have met in the finals 2 years in a row. And since the expansion era started in the late 60s, it's happened just 5 times. And when it has happened, it's usually meant one thing. The team that lost the first time comes back hungrier, stronger, and ready to rewrite history. Look at Sidney Crosby and the Penguins. In 2008, they lost to Detroit in the finals, but in 2009, they returned and finally won. Or go even further back to Wayne Gretzky and the Oilers, who lost to the Islanders twice, but bounced back to take the cup in '84. Now, Connor McDavid and the Oilers find themselves in the very same position. Last year's loss to the Florida Panthers was heartbreaking. It left fans and players wondering what could have been. But this season, Edmonton didn't shy away from the pain, they used it as fuel. Every mistake, every setback from last year has been a lesson they've carried forward. They didn't run from the challenge, they leaned into it and embraced it. This isn't just a rematch, it feels like a reckoning. A moment for McDavid and the Oilers to settle the score and finally get what they've been chasing. Everyone knows Connor McDavid is the best player in the entire world, but what he's doing right now, it's on another level. In just 16 playoff games this year, McDavid has racked up 26 points. That's more than 1.5 points per game at the highest level of hockey. It's a dominant pace, especially when you consider the pressure and the stakes. He's not just scoring, he's controlling the flow of games with his speed and vision. He's creating chances seemingly out of thin air, slipping through defenses and making plays that shift momentum in an instant. Take Game 5 against Dallas. The Stars were pushing hard to come back in that game and in that series, but it was McDavid who slammed the door shut. He blew past defenders on a breakaway and scored a crucial goal that pretty much iced the game and the series for Edmonton. He has more multi-point games in the playoffs than games where he scored 0 or just 1 point, and that's definitely something that the Panthers should be worried about. But he's not doing it alone. Behind him, the core has finally found its rhythm, and it's a group that's firing on all cylinders. Leon Draisaitl has been just as dominant, with 25 points in 16 games, and when those two are clicking, it's almost impossible to stop them.
Hands it back to Draisaitl. Downhill score! What a beauty!
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is quietly having one of his best postseason runs ever, 18 points, and it's been 12 years deep with Edmonton. He's been a steady presence through all the ups and all the downs that Edmonton's faced throughout the years, and now he's delivering when it counts. Vander Kane, who is fully healthy, has chipped in 11 points in 15 games. His physical play and scoring touch has been key, adding another dimension to this lineup. Then there's Corey Perry, 40 years old and somehow tied for the team lead in goals with 7. He's been here before, playing in 5 of the last 6 finals and somehow losing every single one, but this run is his chance for redemption and his revenge tour. But the Oilers, they're not just relying on a few of their stars. 9 players have scored at least 4 goals this postseason, and 7 of it double-digit points. This team isn't just McDavid and Draisaitl anymore. It's a full squad pulling together. Depth, experience, and firepower all coming together at the perfect time. The core has arrived, and it's ready to finish the job. And if you want to understand how far this Edmonton team has come, look no further than the goalie. Last year, Stuart Skinner was a major question mark. He struggled when it mattered most, and at times, it felt like a weak link in their playoff run. But this year, it's been a completely different story. After a very rough start to this postseason, Skinner has actually turned it around in a big way. He's gone 6-1 in his last 7 starts, posting an incredible 141 goals against average and a 944 save percentage. Those numbers are elite, and it's a big reason why Edmonton is in the position they are right now. The Oilers' offense is the one that grabs the headlines, but Skinner's steady play between the pipes has been just as crucial. With Skinner holding down everything in net, the rest of the team just follows. The stats back up just how dangerous this Oilers squad really is. They lead the playoffs in goals per game, averaging a scorching 4.06 goals every single time they hit the ice. Their offense is producing at an incredible rate. They're also putting up nearly 31 shots every game, which is second in the league. More shots means more chances, and that pressure wears teams down over the course of a series. When it comes to high danger scoring chances, Edmonton tops the list with 146. These aren't just any shots, these are the ones that most likely find the back of the net, and if you're leading that category, you're going to score a lot of goals. Their power play is another weapon that they have, ranking 4th with a success rate of 30%. When the Oilers get the man advantage, they're a serious threat. Their start has been very fast as well, 7-0 when leading after the first period, and 7-1 when leading after the second period. This team knows how to jump out to a lead and never give it up. Their only weakness really is their penalty kill, which sits at 14th in the league at just 66%. That is very, very bad, but if you're dominating puck possession and outscoring opponents this much, it becomes less of an issue. The bottom line, this team scores early, plays fast, and doesn't give up that lead. That's a recipe for a championship run. With all those numbers showing how strong the Oilers are, the real question is, how do they turn that potential into a series win against the Panthers? It's pretty simple in theory, but pulling it off won't be that easy. First, they need to keep playing solid team defense. Limiting Florida's chances and tightening up in their own end has to be priority. The Panthers are very dangerous, and the Oilers cannot afford any lapses. Stuart Skinner has been the backbone of this team in net, so keeping him focused and confident is crucial. If Skinner stays sharp, the Oilers can weather any storm. They'll also have to manage without Zach Hyman, who's been a key forward but is currently out. That means others need to step up and fill the gap and score some goals for him. Offensively, McDavid and Draisaitl have to keep playing the way that they've been playing. That goes without being said. When those two are in control, the Oilers look unstoppable. They set the tone and they create the momentum. But it's not just about the stars. Depth will carry them the rest of the way. If Evander Kane can stay healthy and contribute, if Corey Perry keeps scoring timely goals, and if their power play continues to operate at a high level, Edmonton has every tool that it needs. They have the skill, the experience, and the balance to finish this run. Now it's just about making it happen. This is the Oilers' moment. For years, they've been written off, called overrated, top-heavy, even cursed. A team with incredible talent, but little to show for it when it matters most. They've had the stars, sure, but the results never came. Now they're back, again. But this time, it feels different. There's a belief in the locker room that wasn't there before, a confidence earned through hard lessons and relentless work. They know what they want, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to get it. This isn't just about a trophy, it's about proving everyone wrong. After last year's heartbreak, this team isn't just chasing a championship, they're determined to finish what they started. They've come too far, worked too hard, and sacrificed too much to let it slip away again. This is their chance to make history, and if they play like they have been all postseason, they might just get it. The Oilers are out for vengeance.
But I know we're going to be back. I know it. I know we're going to be back, boys. I know it in my heart.